I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello everybody, Dave here for the next instalment of Dave Gets Shaftheadgrip, where I'm going to have a little clean up of the lettering areas. We've already removed the paint, so I'm going to have a little clean up of the lettering, and I'm going to hopefully try and put some paint in the clubs. Now I am going to have to do, when it comes to this bit, I am going to have to do each club individually. The small lettering, I can possibly do all of them at the same time because I can lie them down on the table. So we'll see how we go with it. If I do decide to try and put some paint in the grooves, which at the moment I'm not, then again I would have to do that individually. But I'm not really keen on trying that. However, I am. Literally, I just seen something drop down right next to me. I thought it was a spider, but it was something that flew off. Right, okay. So, I'm also expecting a delivery any moment, which is the polishing wheels and the polishing compound I need to use on the bench grinder, I think it's called, I can't remember. But anyway, with the I'll have the two spinny wheels to polish the heads up. And the reason that I've been able to get those is because I sold one of the sets of clubs. I was hoping, I think I put it on for 50 initially, and I put it on just to see. I think over a couple of weeks I knocked it down to about 35. I got an offer of 25 at one point. I was like, no, you're alright. Yeah, so sold that for 30 quid. So then used that 30 quid to get the buffing wheels and the polishing compound. I was going to use it to get some grips, but I thought, well, the other clubs that I've got at the moment, they're going to benefit more from cleaning the heads up and getting them polished up than new grips at the moment. So being able to do that will be of a bigger benefit. Also, if I want to finish this particular set of clubs, I need the polishing wheels. So yeah, so I'm hoping for them to appear any moment. Right, I need to try and get the angle of this club spot on. I suppose for the cleaning bit it doesn't need to be spot on. For the painting bit it does. Right, what I'm going to do for this first one, I am going to just talk us through it, and then from the next one on, we'll go into fast forward. Let me get my safety glasses on. Oh. Ow! Oh. Getting old, as it says. I'm old. Right, I suppose you might actually see. Okay, so I'm going to use the Dremel with the sort of the polishing bit that I was using, or the brushing bit that I was using, just to try and get in there and clean out any crap. I'm also going to use my little spike if I need to. Right, let's give it a little clean out. getting a little bit old now, so it's a bit difficult for me to tell whether some bits are just reflection or it is dirt. Okay. Make sure that we haven't got any crap left in there. Okay, be back in a sec. Okay, I've run out of my blue paper towels. I need to get more of. Let's spray some air on this. Need to get rid of any crap that's left. Okay, so this is potentially now ready for the paint. So I'm going to need to adjust this to try and make sure that we're level for the lettering, and I need to get that paint, which means I need to move again. Back in a minute. Okay, so I've got my paints, and I would rather not rip off the instructions. I'll try and get it from that side, which will work for me. Okay, so the two paints that I'm going to want here is going to be the white and the red. Okay, so the way that this should work is we squirt it in the gaps, then we wipe it off, and then we're left with paint and let it dry. Downside is it's going to take about 30 minutes for the paint to dry, so it's going to be quite a time consuming process this. But does it say shake the bottles or anything? Not really. Does it say anything on here? Shake before use at all? No, but I'm going to shake it anyway. You normally do use shake paint. Okay, so I've got myself a little bit of a cloth to use the white spirits and be able to clean away the excess. Also, I have, what else have I got? I've got a rug on the floor, or a mat on the floor. So we should be okay if we spill any. I mean, maybe I should just do a quick test squirt so I can see how this is going to come out. So let's have a look, shall we? Okay, it's not wild, that's fine. Now, admittedly though, my hands are not steady, but let's see how we get on. Now I'm going a bit excessive with it. Because I'm not very good at being gentle. Let's get this to a bit more of a happier pad for me. Right, so dab of the white spirit. And wipe it off in a diagonal. Oh, you lovely little thing. Okay. I wonder if I can use. Okay, that might not. Yeah, that's not as effective. So, sticking with the instructions, use the bit with the white spirits. Okay, I'm not very good at this yet, and it needs more. There's a little bit on the tilt, you know. Maybe try doing this a couple of letters at a time. Tricky. Maybe we can use this as a little mini brush. There's a bit that sticks on it. Okay, so it's a bit tricky because the cloth seems to be pulling out the paint, and I don't want it to pull out the paint. I want it to clean away the excess. Perhaps I just need to treat it a bit like I would the resin, give it a chance to get through its gaps. Taking a lot more concentration than I thought it would need. Bit of a bug at this. need to give it a little bit more time to get into its areas. Now, if I had any tiny little paintbrushes, I would use them, but I don't, because it doesn't say that you need them on the instructions, so I didn't see the point. It doesn't say. Right, use this soft tissue photo advertised to make a small powder slightly dampened with white spirits. Wipe lightly and quickly in a diagonal direction to the painted area. Like that then. That's better. It still needs a little bit more over here. And a little bit more there. Just a little dollop. That was a bit more than I wanted. This will be a bit of a test. It's working now. So don't be a wimp with it. Also don't be fucking it up. Right, now do we try getting the red paint in as well? I think we do. Oh, give it a shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Do, 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 do. Yes, I know a Taylor Swift song. Now, I may end up having to get a different cloth to do this one with, to do the red with. Bit of liquid in the end that wasn't quite clear. Sorry, that was clear, wasn't quite mixed. I think what I'm going to do here is, I don't think the paint in the white lettering is going to move as much as the red potentially could. So about a little bit here, just make sure we try and get it to be a bit level. You know what, this could look really good when it's done. I think I'm going to need to put a little bit more paint in there. I could have done with a slightly smaller nozzle on the end of these. Make sure there isn't any air bubbles in that. Because if what I'm seeing is air bubbles, it's better to get rid of them. And if they're not air bubbles, it means I need more paint in it. And I think I need more paint in it. Seems to keep squirting out a little bit. I'll give that a moment to settle. Making a mess. I don't want to take any more paint out of the area. Okay, I had to finish that off camera because I ran out of memory on my phone. And I didn't want to wait a few minutes and let the paint dry. So what I ended up doing was, because I was struggling to really tidy this up, tried to get some cotton buds, dip that in the white spirits, and then I was able to really neaten up the edges without pulling out any of the paint. So obviously I need to let this dry now, and as it says on the instructions, that's going to take anywhere up to, well, around half an hour. So not a lot can do. Although what I am actually going to do is when I do the next video, what I'm going to do is I'll go through all of the clubs, giving all of the lettering a bit of a brush out, make sure they've all got a bit of a clean up, so they're all ready for paint. And then for you watching, it's not going to perhaps feel like a long wait. And for me, I'll know that obviously once I've done finished with one club, or it's dry enough to move, I can move on to the next one. I haven't got to keep getting the Dremel out and cleaning them and so on, which means that over the next few days I can use my Dremel to carry on with my dining table, which is something I'm looking forward to doing. So yeah, but also I am looking forward to getting these finished, because I think what I might do is, as long as I can get them polished up looking nice, I'm going to list them for sale at quite a high-ish price. Like, I don't know how much these would have been new. I'll find out, because there's no point in me putting them on for like 90 quid if they were only 60 quid brand new. I doubt they were 60 quid brand new. So I'll have a look, but I am sort of thinking up in that sort of 90 or £100 mark, which has also been leading me into looking, okay, this particular set of clubs is a Howson make, it's fairly well known, but they're nothing special. The other clubs that I've got, some of them are nice clubs, none of them are really, it's not like a Titleist or a TaylorMade or a Wilson, or a Ping. So I am contemplating whether I take the punt or take the risk. I can't afford to do it at the moment anyway, but whether at some point I take the risk, find clubs that, when they're in good condition, sell for triple figures, but I find them in double figures needing work. So potentially spending a bit more, but to make more. It's an interesting one. But it's not something that I can just afford to go, right, well, let's go spend 40 quid on a set of clubs and see if we can sell it for 200. Because it might not work. They might not even resell for 40 quid. I don't know. So that's where research comes into it. So while I can't afford to do that, there's nothing wrong with me keeping an eye on certain makes of clubs, and certain models of clubs, and seeing what they sell for. Because if decent quality ones sell for £100 to £200, then I'll know that it's possible. So it'd be interesting to see. And like I said, with this set, it would be interesting to see. I mean, in a way, I think it'd be a bit of a shame to sell them, but who knows? Right, anyway, I've waffled a bit while I'm waiting for this paint to dry, and I'm going to let it dry a bit more. And just in case you haven't properly had a chance to see it, let's see if we can show how it properly looks without the camera falling off. So, or without the light. Now I am thinking I might need more white paint, but I'm going to let the paint that's in there dry, so that when it comes to applying more paint, I can, when I'm taking excess off, I'm not going to be pulling any of that paint out. I'll probably do the same with the number as well, because I am thinking perhaps that could do with a bit more in there, but I'm going to let it dry, see how it looks, but for the moment I'm fairly pleased with how it looks. Where's the club? There. Yeah, so it doesn't look too bad there. Okay. Right, so I'm going to bugger off, and as I said on the next one, we will try and crack on. We'll fast forward it, and we'll try and get these done as much as we can. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you all again soon.